Hey everyone, welcome back. We are on tea break for episode one, and we are here with again your boy Wonder. I'm gonna keep going with that. I'm gonna keep doing it. And Keith DeVita, and we are waiting for Lee. Sam's a bit sick, so he's not going to join us tonight. Not COVID, so he says.
Hopefully. So he
We
says.
don't know. We're stuck inside again, right? I think LA's.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we
pretty
got new
much.
regulations rolled out.
We are on lockdown until the 2nd of December. And then we're in tier 3, which is fun because it just means we're on lockdown with some freedom.
This tea break talk is so relaxing.
How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Let's go with that.
Talking about just life in general, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. My job transfer is going through. I start December 7th. Just better position, better pay, better hours, all good. So I'm looking forward to it, nervous, excited, all the above. My daughter is 15 months old, really clingy
Whoa.
the last few days, last week or so. And so like I'll put her down, she may start crying and like hug my legs. I feel bad. I feel like a terrible father, but it's just like she's like super clingy to me. I'm
Oh,
like, you need to socialize with other people. She's like, no, and then she'll cry and hug my leg.
You know
I love
what's
her.
so sad? Sorry, just to give you a comparison. My son is 3.5, almost 4, and today after the bath, he was like screaming. He was so upset with me, and he was because I didn't pick him up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was getting him ready for bed, and he was just screaming at me like, "Daddy, pick me up! Daddy, pick me up! I need help! Daddy, pick me up!" And I was like, "Nah, you're 3 years old. Get
Nah,
yourself
bro.
up. Get yourself up. Get your clothes on. Get to bed." And for a good 5 minutes, he was screaming. He was just like, "Daddy, Daddy, help me!" And I'm like, "Bye." That's the comparison. It's like I didn't feel like a terrible father. I was just like, "Yeah, who cares?" He's just screaming.
Yeah, you're raising him to be strong and independent. The Thanksgiving festivities are wrapping up. Cooked several homemade pumpkin pies and pumpkin cheesecakes over this past week, all from pumpkins that I grew in my own garden. Booyah.
Ooh.
Yeah, oh yeah, so freaking
Fancy.
good. Oh my gosh. And low fat. No, it's not low fat.
And milk that you milked from your own cows. And
I grinded up the wheat myself with my own stone mill in the backyard.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm a little tired also, but that's the normal. Just one day at a time at this point.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, trying to find more ways to express myself artistically here. Not much past gardening and doing this podcast, but it's enough. It'll hold.
Sweet.
So I appreciate our time together. And that's me.
For me, I started a new job recently this week, basically, working at the Samaritan's Purse, Operation Christmas Child Distribution Center. So I'm there working, helping get donated boxes with all toys and a bunch of like fun stuff all in these shoe boxes that get sent over all over the world to kids and third world countries or areas that just don't get Christmas gifts. It may be their very first Christmas gift they've ever gotten. So one shipment already went out to Mongolia, and there's another one going to Ukraine, I think. So a bunch of boxes, bunch of shoe boxes coming in. I help with my area is helping with donations that come in that are not in boxes and helping to fill the boxes up with the rest of the way. So because some of the boxes that people do, they get together in big packing parties and maybe the boxes are not filled to the top. And so we kind of even them out and add extra stuff or take out stuff that can't go overseas, liquids and breakables and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so I'm helping manage all those extra donations that come in and get them sent out. But I am a backup, so I'm only there for about 2 hours in the morning unless they need me to stay longer. But yeah, that's been really fun getting to know coworkers and just pretty awesome to be a part of an organization that's doing, such a cool thing for kids all over the world that just don't have maybe haven't had a Christmas gift or stuff like
Totally.
that. So and also sharing the gospel. I am a Christian, so it's pretty cool to get that out there as well. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. I've been enjoying that. And yesterday we had was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago, Thanksgiving, which was pretty fun. We accidentally got 2 turkeys. So because I did not communicate with my uncle and grandma. So my grandma ended up cooking one, just a regular roast turkey. And I ended up doing one it's called spatchcocking. So you cut the spine out of the turkey and flay it open and crush it down so it's flat. It cooks in less than half the time, and it's like so juicy. I brined my turkey, brined it for a day in salt water and other stuff, and then I spatchcocked it and like cooked it in half the time, and it was just juicy. The white meat was juicy. I'm just like, oh man, it was so delicious. And we have a lot of leftovers because, well, 2 turkeys. So I'm like planning on making all these turkey leftovers. And anyway, so that's pretty exciting. We got a Christmas tree yesterday, and getting ready to decorate for Christmas and the holidays and stuff. So it'll be fun. My niece is going to be on the way soon. My brother and sister-in-law have a new baby on the way, and she'll probably be born within the next couple of weeks. So that'll be fun. Wow. We're anticipating that little niece, so that'll be fun.
Wow, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Wow, very cool. Great.
Yeah. What have I been up to? Being quite busy. I'm good. I'm living the dream. Unfortunately for some, that doesn't happen until December for us, because obviously Thanksgiving for us Brits.
America.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. So I love it. America. Yeah, I wanted. We could go there. I was there. I've experienced Thanksgiving when I've been over in the States, and I love it. And the first thing everyone says is like, "What are your thoughts?" And I'm just like, just going to enjoy this beer and not say a thing. Is that okay? Fantastic. No, but I did indulge in obviously with Thanksgiving. Obviously, you guys, if you didn't know, I'm a huge American sports fan, so I enjoyed the NFL. I laughed at certain teams. It made certain friends of mine cry. I will not name them on this podcast because I know they're dealing with a lot of pains. Cowboys fans, love you. But no, other than that, I've been super busy with work. Obviously with the UK, we're about to go from being on lockdown into tiers again, so that's fun. And Jess and me are in the same-ish area, so hello, high tier buddy. Hey, I tell you, it's exciting when they said what tier we were in. I was just like, cool, it's a zombie apocalypse. This is great. I've never seen so many private messages of people sending me the Drake song. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Like so many people have sent me that and go like, Lee, how I think this classifies as your tier thoughts. And I was like, you guys know me too well. This is sad and scary.
My brain. Okay, so my brain. So this new system has you guys pretty roughed up here. Are you saying it's leaving you in tears?
Oh,
yes, but it has. That's the funniest thing. Like all that's happened, Keith, you would love it. So many of my mates were like, I can't believe we're leaving lockdown and it's leaving everyone in tears. And I'm literally, oh my gosh, I was waiting. I love it.
My brain.
I love it. But no, I've been really good just playing a lot of games, and obviously I've just finished recording a 2.5-hour podcast and now I'm here. So it's great. I'm living the dream.
I don't know how you do it. I'm like
the power of I'm literally it doesn't work on a podcast, but this was filled with water and this is the second one, so that's how I've done it. So I've just literally you absolutely loved it when Harvey was talking to the old hag. I was like, I need to have hilarious music being played while she keeps going and I was like, this is perfect. So now that is officially titled in my editing suite as Havers Rant music. So I basically have it now as just going, whenever she goes on like a spiel, I'm like, drop that in right there.
It is perfect. It was very good. Yeah, good, cool. I'm doing okay. My wife is also pregnant, so we are middle second trimester. Things are getting a little bit more harder for her to pick up things, and so I'm running around behind her doing the, okay, I gotta take this to the bin, okay, I'll take that up, okay, yeah, okay.
Get one of those snappy claws.
Yeah. Get a claw.
So, Tom boy, fetch that picture for me.
Yes. Yes. And then, of course, I say, as you wish.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're going through that fun time, and our son is rebelling as a 3-year-old should. So we'll see how it turns out. But he's very excited. He knows that she has a baby, and so he's like, I'm gonna be a sister. We're like, no. I mean, you could be whatever you want to be, but if you want to be a boy, no, you're gonna be a brother. And he's like, no, I don't want to be a brother. Okay. Well, fine. You don't have to scream about it. But yeah, other than that, we're doing fine. Still stuck inside. I feel like because I have a heart condition, I have not left the house longer than 2 hours, like a week. So that's
Wow.
usually what I do.
Wow.
I stay inside, do podcast editing, do work in IT, do video chatting with people. We're gonna spend some time talking about the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed us talking about ourselves. Now we're gonna talk about the podcast. What do you guys think? Let's do highs and lows. Let's do what questions you guys have for me. I have a few questions for probably each one of you.
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was really cool. I immediately, when you were saying what you were doing, like before we were doing the podcast, I was like, okay, this is going to be cool. We're going to all have our own unique ideas. I love the fact that, well, I'm not going to ruin it for Keith, but we don't know what his animal companion is yet. I'm super excited for that more than anything because I want it to be something stupid, which will be amazing. But I don't know. I'm excited to see that. But I just got like the vibes of what you were saying was like, I just had like Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, the beginning, like with like the festival and just people happy to see everyone. And how immediately we're like, oh, this is great. We're going to do these things. And then obviously bad things are going to happen because some idiots have shown up that I don't get on with. So I'm really looking forward to that. So it's basically, it's just, what's the worst thing that can happen? But it was really cool to see how like everyone's doing fun stuff and shenanigans. I feel my personal highlight is how like everyone's like all doing like interacting really well, and some people are just looking probably at us going like, I don't know how these people are working together. This does not make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm excited to see what shenanigans might happen.
So here's where I'm at. I'm thinking that Jesse is totally fooling with me because he doesn't tell me all the options. And I'm like, I don't want to play a stupid carnival game where everyone's going to rip me off and be mean to me. Like, what? There's better options out there? Like, why didn't you tell me? Like, come on. Yeah, I want to go to the fancy area and you stick me in the junky area. I'm just like... like this really like upset me. I'm just like, man, like, come on. I thought we were at this like cool like annual festival, and I'm like, I want to have some fun here. Not, I mean, Hobbit had fun, whatever. But I'm like, I'm just like, okay, so I guess what he tells me doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna choose what I want to do, and let Jesse decide.
Yeah.
Make him make it up along the way if that's what it means.
Yeah, I feel
Do
I
it. No,
can't
do
trust
it.
you anymore, Jess.
I agree.
Yeah. I do know that I need to describe a bit more, but I like I said before, I was waiting for you guys to kind of be like, well, is there something super different? Like after the first one, I was like, the first one's going to be a ripoff person because it's just going to be fun dynamic. And I wanted to see what you guys would do. Then the next person, if you also created something else, I'd be like, okay, that's a better one. But the fact that you went with what I said in my, I've already made those people horrible people.
Yeah.
So I had to do that. I had to. It was, I think what set it off mainly was the fact of when I said there was balloons and Keith said, there's balloons in this world? I said, yeah, there's animals, you know, they like blew up and the fat of it, or like, and I was like, now I have to make it disgusting. I have to make it weird. So is that your only remark? You did not like it because of this.
No, I mean, still, it was fun, and starting a slow clap was pretty entertaining as well.
So good.
Yeah, it was funny. And then just the fact of it was kind of this shows that Hava is not dumb. You're just curious.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you were like, wait a second, those guards don't look happy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Like she could tell other people's reactions and like, well, that wasn't a good thing for some reason. I have no idea why, but you feel like a royal person you would clap for, but apparently not. I mean, Hava's never been to that kind of, you know, she doesn't know what's happening like with the government or whatever. Like don't know what's happening. So you clap for somebody.
Yeah, I just love the fact that you started a slow clap and it involved loads of people getting netted. I still can't get over that. Like literally, all we do now is literally we go anywhere and go like, we can't slow clap. Why? Because there might be a net somewhere. We might be netted. Like it's just mad. Like there was a mass, like just people got netted. I don't even know if that's English, but it's like hilarious. I don't think it is, but it's just funny.
Is it British though?
I don't know. I don't. We don't know English ourselves, to be honest. To be honest.
Totally, that was good. good. It was very fun. Yeah.
Honestly, that episode had me in tears. I was laughing so hard for so much of the episode. It was just like the amount of effort for just like such little payoff in the big run. It's like it's a carnival game, and we have a 3-man operation going on here.
That was so good.
And
That was very elaborate.
I absolutely just adored the dice rolls because I was just like, I was telling the story to several people after our recording over the course of the week. It's like, you make a distraction, pass. You make a stealth check, pass. All right, me, here I go, make a deception, fail. Dang it.
Yeah, the whole thing fails.
Yes.
You were the George Clooney of the Ocean's 11 gang. It was pretty much straight up Ocean's 11, and you
Yeah.
were running it.
I think my personal low is just I overanalyze a lot of things. I was into the world building, and like the more I think about it, like the harder it becomes. Like I don't need all the details. Like I don't need to have all the tangible details. It's just theater of the mind here. But like I want to know the details and like not game the system, but like I want to know all my options and be ready for anything. And so it's something I'm personally figuring out here, and how much of this world do I want to push me. Like the balloon comment you're saying. I remember, wasn't my response like you said the balloons like, oh, it's like bladders filled there, and I'm like, oh god.
Yes, you were like, oh no, what have we done?
At certain points as well, he said, this used to be my best friend. And we were just we're literally talking to a cannibal, whatever the monster was. And he's just basically got like his best mates. And I was like, it's got dark really fast.
Yeah, his best mate was a ball.
Goro was smart for staying at the bar and hanging out with us.
So the funniest thing is I rolled right before we started to see how drunk this person you were talking to was. And it got so low that I was just like, well, he's super drunk, and that's why it was nonsense.
Yeah.
That's why he just passed out. Like, that's exactly why. That's why you didn't get nothing, except for that list of ingredients.
Yeah.
So otherwise, it'd probably be more helpful.
It's okay. It's perfectly fine. This list of stuff could be amazing. We might have just made I don't know, a bad stew. I don't know what it could be, but it could just be quite interesting. So
yeah, funny things. Oh man, yeah. It was I can't keep a straight face during this entire interaction. And then the fact, like, I didn't say you hear was it a squirrel? Oh my goodness, now I'm trying to start. Who was running the...
I think it was a
squirrel.
A squirrel.
Yeah.
The peacock
so
was
the squirrel went from a high lovely to a... And I didn't say the squirrel now says this. I just went into it. And then Keith was like, wait, who was that person? And I was like, well, Carnies, man.
Yeah, Carnies. That was the line, because I think Keith and me, and even maybe Davita and Sam picked up on the fact it's like, he's changing his voice all the time. What the heck? Is he just like Moriarty from Sherlock? He doesn't want to know what accent he is. And then he's just like, no, he's just a Carney. And I think that broke Keith. I think that was the beginning, the tipping of the iceberg of Keith just not talking for 5 minutes as he went bright red, just laughing like a troll.
That's just the go-to definition or like excuse. Why this? Carnies.
It's a Carney.
Well, I know for a fact if that happens again, we're all going to just be like, must be related to a Carney if he keeps changing accents.
Already getting our in-jokes.
In-joke.
We are making those episodes for people. I'm just making them separately. So we will have lore episodes so that way you, the listeners, can follow along and know probably even more than players themselves about the world. And so you guys can chime in or yell at me if I get something wrong. So I have a few questions about the episode I guess for my question for Lee is basically, when the 3 went off, how much shenanigans did you actually think they were going to get into? Did it compare to what happened, or did you I think it's going to be worse than it?
Well, I just felt like, because I've known Lee for so long, I'm like, well, I guess he's probably in an environment where he might get into trouble. Awesome. And I've hung out with PJ and Hava for a while, that I know how they would react. So I think they're more responsible than me, probably, because, all he's going to do is just pickpocket people. As soon as he gets like a really good thing where he can just roll and automatically do it all the time and not get caught, that'll be amazing. But I know for a fact it's going to be a problem. So I was like, whatever. If it comes to that, I'll I'll just punch someone hard in the face. And then obviously, if that happens, no one's going to mess with me because I've just like killed a guy for just casually like, well, let's just keep on throwing the hilarious out there. I killed a carny. That would have been awful, you know, but would anyone have missed them? Probably not. But no, it was fun. I was looking forward to seeing what shenanigans they'll get up to because I'm pretty positive it will be like everyone else is having fun and Goro standing there going like, what am I doing here? Doesn't make any sense. Let me just
Definitely.
like, or whatever and just like stand around and just be like, yeah, we're going to just do this. Hey, this is what the thing is. So I just thought I'd just let those guys do some craziness. I didn't expect like Ocean's 11 craziness, but hey, you know, fun times. I love it.
Keith, what did you, when you rolled that nat 1
Mhm.
and you held the tabaxi, did you think it was gonna get worse than it actually did? Like what did you think it was gonna get worse? Were you like, oh, I'm gonna fight this person? Or
I mean, the last few sessions, I've said before that I'm kind of having my character unfold as we play him. I don't have a lot planned out for him. And so situations like this, I just feel are fantastic and just great times to kind of improv and kind of figure out new lore. And so, I mean, I feel like that goes perfect for him. He hasn't been in cities much, so he could easily be flustered. I can easily see that happening. And yeah, I mean, it could have gone worse. Guys, it didn't get worse. And it just, I am feeling my character's awkwardness. Just even thinking of the session that's already passed, I'm already like, I am having a physical reaction remembering that. And it's just like, oh God, it's so embarrassing.
But Hava's there to back you up.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And then actually that leads me to the question of how did it feel to get that bullseye?
I love how you came up with that because yeah, you could have just let the arrow miss the target, or the arrow could have fallen, the arrow could have snapped, but you're like, no, here's what happens. And I'm just like, as a character, me and my character hated that, but me as a player loved that situation that you created. I absolutely loved it. Thought it was hilarious, and it just had me thinking on my feet. It was fantastic.
It was very funny. So, Davida, when you were talking to the squirrel, you rolled persuasion you're trying to distract them.
Yeah.
I didn't play it as though you necessarily distracted them, but in a way you kind of did just by talking to them and trying to...
True.
But then when I said that was his best friend, your face just went, wait, what? Like... Was that a Hava reaction or was that a Davida reaction?
I think that was more of a Hava reaction because, I mean, I'm not surprised that you threw that kind of thing in there. I kind of saw that coming a little bit, but just because I was talking to Jesse about like, what do we eat and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, well, you eat the meat that's available, even if it's talking animals and stuff like that. So I kind of saw that kind of coming a little bit, but I guess being faced with it, like talking to one of those characters that actually could possibly be eating his friends or, you know, whatever, like threw me off a little bit. Also, aren't squirrels vegetarian? I
didn't say he ate them.
Right.
I didn't say he ate them.
Yeah. I guess he doesn't have to have eaten them, but just how disturbing that was. And I'm just like, for Hava, like she doesn't know, she doesn't understand, like, wait, what? She hasn't been encountered with that type of person. Just low lives. Like she doesn't she doesn't associate with those types of people.
Hey Jesse, real quick, I kind of came up to an observation of myself here. Now that more I think about it, I realize I'm having a lot of preconceived notions coming into here, and so I'm really trying to figure things out, and so I'm so tunnel vision that when you throw these things at me, it's that much more jarring. I just had that realization now, so that's why it's so horrifying to me, because I'm not expecting these things. And it's what are you creating in your mind, Jesse?
I'm excited. I'm just like grim fairy tales with animals and Game of Thrones. So I'm just like, I'm holding back because I just don't want to be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to like rip this guy's head off so I see his whole spine and then just be like, look at me, and to everyone and just be like, no, you can't do that. Oh, maybe I can. And then, no, that'll be weird. I don't want to do that yet.
Not yet, yeah.
Not yet. Not on episode 1. That doesn't make sense. But we've just met like the Hannibal Lecter of all like squirrels from the sounds of it, who like disembowels his mates as balloons. So, you know, the world's our oyster right now.
Yeah, so I have a question for you, Jesse, our kind of vanilla dungeon master. How do you find the balance between keeping it open world but doing an appropriate amount of railroading, for lack of a better term. How do you keep us on a general track, but are you, with your style, it sounds like you're doing a little bit more of a sandbox, leaving things open. I mean, how do you find a balance if you have a response to that?
So the way I am doing it is, like you said, kind of a sandbox, kind of you guys play with the toys I've put out for you, and whatever happens, happens. But in that, it's kind of Game of Thrones, as in other things are happening around you, not necessarily to you, but around you, that are kind of pointing something to happen. And that's kind of how a railroad is. You will maybe encounter this specific person when you go to this area, or you'll encounter this specific person, you go to this area. You'll I know the key people that will probably trigger some things, such as the king for Goro.
I'm excited to see what Sam wants to do. I'm kind of unfortunate, obviously he's not well, so he can't be here, but
yeah.
It's just kind of interesting to say he really wants a dagger, like super, like, I want new equipment. I need to do this.
I am excited for you guys to go shopping. I have 2 shops that I'm very excited to talk about.
Okay, so just like Davita says then, is one ran by like a cannibal, or is there one in a nice area?
You'll have to wait and see.
I say nice area next.
Wait, I have a question because I forgot if I said this or not. Did Hava figure out how to open her box?
Well, actually, I did.
I can't remember.
That was another question I was going to ask you, like, because you did say you opened the box, but I don't think you said what was inside it.
Oh, okay. I don't think I did. It's mostly just treasure, but I was going to talk to you, Jess, because I don't know what the currency is like here. I mean, Garo gave me three gold pieces, and I spent them all in this stupid game, and then got 2 back, or 6. Oh, 6.
You
Something
got more back, and also you got feathers for a pillow. So you got a lot of interest there.
Yes.
You got a lot of
So I'm just like, but I don't understand the, like, how the currency works, I guess, and like how much I might have and all this kind of.
So there's copper. I don't really go lower than copper.
Yeah.
And then there's silver, and then there's gold, and then there's platinum, and then there's like a more higher one. I don't know what that one's called. I've never heard it played with.
Yeah.
But I would say you probably have a mixture of gold and platinum.
Yeah, okay. I just feel like that's kind of an expensive game. Both of those games were kind of...
It's a ripoff.
No, I know. I just, like, I didn't realize, because, like, honestly, I didn't know what the value of a gold piece is. When you said it's 3 gold pieces, like, oh, okay, I guess my guess, like, I would have said, like, had I not known what the money system would have been, I'm like, I guess it would have been, like, probably a couple copper pieces in order to play, but and it probably should have been. But see, I guess I should have asked beforehand, because I was like, okay, I mean, had I known what the value of a gold piece was, I probably just would have, like, left and gone and found a different game or something. But me, as a immature, like, D&D player, doesn't realize what the
Well, no, but that's really good, because when it comes to now buying stuff and they go, oh, it's only copper, you're like, oh, this is probably crappy equipment then. Oh, this is gold.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a perfectly reasonable explanation why it's so expensive, and that is carnies.
Carnies.
taking advantage of poor small villagers who don't really know the value, who they just trade. They don't really...
Yeah, well, like, I mean, I've been to carnivals, UK and US, and even like theme parks, and it's like $3 to do one basket, and it's like, you're never gonna make that basket. It's like, there's $3 for one time. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm excited now. I know roughly what we're supposed to expect. It's like, expect the unexpected, because it's absolutely insane from what it is. Like,
and don't trust your DM. I'm kidding.
Yeah, there we go. Well done. You've learned.
Yay!
And when he's smiling like a Cheshire cat, just stop doing everything.
Stop doing what you. Although Hava wouldn't know that. Hava wouldn't know that.
I love that you guys. It's like, it's not a game, me versus you.
Yeah.
I've made this world, and it sucks. This world is so sad, but it's like got cheer and joy in it through the characters. Even the like, even Goro, like, brings some light to this world that is so, that I'm painting, that looks so messed up, you know.
I'm excited to just go, like, let's push the boundaries. What cannot do? Awesome. So,
Well, that's yeah. I want to free up this world for you guys to do whatever you think you would.
I'm excited.
you would
If a
want to
guard
do,
tries
but-
to arrest me, I'm going to try and rip off his arm. I'm going to
Do it.
literally grab it and rip it out of its socket. So I'm going to try.
Do it.
But yeah, and I think it's awesome because we are playing to our characters as closely as possible, even though it's
Exactly.
like I'm mad at Jesse for like making me do another like stupid carny game, but like no, I mean like instead of like an actual legit one, but like but Hava doesn't really care, so it's like whatever.
Yeah,
she's just gonna do it because she doesn't care. I mean, I'm kind of
Yeah.
like, but and then. And Goro's just ready to rip someone's arms off, and that'll be him playing to his character. And it's,
Life goals. My life goal so far was kill a hag. Did that with a power bomb into a cauldron. Now the next one is what do I can try and do? I know the mare. I know she survived. She became mashed potato. She's probably going to come back later, and I'll be like, I turned you into poo. Now I need to kill you again. So like I've got little goals I want to do, but also I don't want to be like, I feel like I was saying to Jess in the character episode we talked about, it was like, I feel like you don't want to overshine on certain characters. You want everyone to have fun. So it would be funny where it's like everyone's doing some cool fighting. What did Goro do? Well, he broke someone's back and ripped an arm off, and then he decided to just eat someone's jugular for no apparent reason. That was his turn, as while you guys were just, sword fighting. I felt like that's kind of like insane. Like you want to try something crazy.
Also, I'm excited to see how Hava's gonna like step up her fighting game because like Goro trained her some, and so
So
she's
That's the first thing I'm going for is like.
so she's probably gonna start trying to rip people's arms off and stuff because she's like, oh yeah, Goro taught me this trick. This one's cool. I'm gonna try this, And she's probably gonna try to. She's gonna try to like impress Goro by showing him like how awesome like some of her moves are.
Exactly, but I feel like that's the best thing because obviously, if you're a hound and you're against something like I don't know, like a squirrel, like the funniest thing would be like and delete and just like you just end it. But like if you're against something tall, like oh no, somehow there's a giraffe that's a guard. It's like where are you going for? Empire Strikes Back. We're going for the knees, guys. Why? And just buckle a knee, and then he comes down to our level. Let's go. Like just it's like common sense in a way, but it's also funny because it's like if you're against an elephant, what do? We walk away slowly and do not fight. It's just
Well, that's why I love this. This is like it's not just elves and dwarves and like it's like literally you're an animal trying to take down another animal. That happens practically every day.
True.
And animals know how to do it.
It's true.
So it's like there is no reason for people to be like, oh, that was a little too gruesome. It's like you watch Animal Planet or you watch this Discovery Channel, like
yeah, I don't want to be too rude. It's like I want to do fun stuff. Like I wanted to jackknife powerbomb a hag into a cauldron. I did that. I face planted a tiger construct of mud into the ground. That's cool. If that was a real person, that would have been horrific for them.
oh yeah.
Their spine would have probably come out of their rear end. How much force I probably threw them in. But it's like you don't want to like, I feel like because you want to create a world which is fun, but also when it's like, I feel like it's interesting whenever you talk about like shows or any kind of movies where it's like all really pretty, then all of a sudden it's like incredibly violent. Like look at like Lord of the Rings, for example, how pretty that film starts and so innocent, but by the middle of the film you're like, holy crap, that scene in Mines of Moria from going like, oh, we're on a journey, this is great, to like, guys, there's a troll, there's things trying to kill us, and it's like goes from this innocent like, okay, we're traveling through the mines to like die, you're just kind of like, oh,
run for your life.
This is the exactly, this is the dark
Fly,
side
fools.
of fantasy. Exactly. It's kind of interesting trying to find that balance. But hey, I'm all right for starting a street brawl. Hava can start a slow clap. Goro can just beat up a few guards. It's just a casual day. Let's see what happens.
That was good. That was very good. And I mean, even like as for like just knowledge of like the world, like Goro would know that the king would be able to kill you with just his claw. Like you're not that strong yet. He is a king for a reason.
Oh yeah.
And yet you would still, as your character, would be like, get in his face, no problem, just because that's who you are. It's like
I know what I want to do.
That's the point of it.
I know exactly what I want to do if he's going to talk to me. I'm excited.
Maybe we should redirect Goro in the next episode. All right, stick him on a roller coaster or something.
It's not like a disrespectful thing, but the idea was obviously if he's going to say hello, I'm sticking out like a sore thumb anyway. If he's going to come over and have say hello, obviously there's like some sort of royal salute the honor guard do. I would just salute him as a normal geezer, and then he'd be like, "Well, you're part of the royal guard," and I'd be like, "Well, I don't care. I don't work for you anymore. Do you want to go? Let's go, bro. I don't care. I don't work for you."
Yeah.
Well, technically I do, but hey, not anymore. Not that I want to, but
yeah, and that'll play out as it may.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see like where can I push the boundaries, because I know the king is powerful.
Yeah, just don't get yourself killed.
That's the thing.
In the second episode,
you can die, and there's no coming back.
I know.
That's where your backup characters come into play.
Yes. No,
I guess we should probably start.
You're ready to start making another one.
Better start making another character.
Oh, mate.
Because I was thinking it through who was the most likely to die, and I was like, if one of our characters died, I was trying to think like who would be most likely to die. And I was thinking, I was like, how about, I feel like her as a character would be the most likely to die, but I was looking at her stats, I'm like, she's really kind of like, she's got a lot of like HP like her, I'm just like, man, I don't think she can die. I'm kidding.
If
Jesse tried
a barbarian and a monk get to like level 5,
yeah, we're broken.
They're impossible to kill.
Yeah,
like you can, I could make somebody, but I have to be like specifically trying to kill you.
Yeah,
like we literally had to tone down one of the things because it was a broken mechanic.
It was very.
Yeah, so I figured it'd probably be PJ or Leaf. But if PJ dies, Hava will be wrecked. I'm kidding. She's gonna turn to the dark side. I'm kidding. I don't know.
She just changed.
She completely changes, starts eating other meat because she's no longer vegetarian because she refuses to eat like vegetables. It reminds her of PJ.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I haven't decided on that yet.
Like doing stuff like this is just like you want to do something that's different and stupid.
Enjoyed it. Until next time, my friends.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you guys for listening. We have really enjoyed episode 1. We can't wait for the next ones to come, and we hope you guys are enjoying it too. Don't forget to follow us, like us, give us 5 stars, all of that jazz, just so we can keep going and hopefully entertain you more. Thank you. Bye.